think there are already a lot of positive initiatives out there that employers can sort of almost choose from. You know, a lot of service providers that are offering to support hospitality in that way, whether it's sort of a hotline that you can call or sort of peer coaching and mentoring. But there really is just something about doing good feels good, and allowing your staff an opportunity to do something above and beyond their normal day-to-day is very important. So whether it is, you know, paid volunteering time off, and that's quite a simple one, I think that most businesses could do, but it could go beyond that. It could be almost understanding where people have skills outside of their hospitality careers that they can offer to the wider community.
We have to remind people of what's available, and if something new in the way of a benefit might be available, to push it out to them. Employee assistance programs, for instance, are great. And they're great in many ways because it's allowing them, the staff, to have a free phone number perhaps, or a website link. But the managers of these people have also got information on these pages through the website, which allow them to have the information to help support them to have these conversations.
It's also about making sure there's a clear communication system within the business. So whether that's utilising a messaging platform such as Workplace or Slack, where all areas of the business from the very top level right down to the lower levels can communicate with each other. Make sure the senior management team are visible on there communicating. Are they holding listening groups to listen to their staff? Do they actually then listen and action? Do the senior management go out and visit the outlets? Because actually that's really important. It's a morale boost for the staff, but also it gets the senior team to be able to listen to what the front line are saying about the business and about the customers and about what's actually going on in the real world.
The environment that we have at work is going to influence our experience of life. You know, if we're unhappy out at work, we're probably going to be unhappy at home. You know, I talk a lot about the work-life balance, and life is usually what businesses will focus on. You know, they'll provide the benefits, they'll provide the 4-day work weeks, the gym memberships. All of these things are great and they do help people improve their lives, but it improves their life outside of work. The culture, the leadership, the communication, the trust, the team environment, the comfort, the security, all of these things are what we're experiencing at work. Those 8 to 10 to 12 hours each day that are them impacting our lives. So I like to say that, you know, you can't have a healthy work-life balance without a healthy work life.
So a recent survey by Hospitality Action said that 68% of hospitality workers saw work have a negative impact on their mental health and lives. So I think it's really important that businesses are looking at how they can support well-being and mental health of their staff. Operators really need to be looking at their business culture, their working practices, and speaking to their staff around what it is that's having an impact on their mental health. And that's a really important part. There's not a one-size-fits-all approach. But what we do know is that workplaces that create open cultures and where people can speak openly about their mental health, it is only going to have a supportive way to improve well-being of their staff.
I mean, we take staff well-being more seriously than literally anything else. I mean, that is the one thing that I still obsess about. You know, making sure that people are not working more than 45 hours a week, like as a full-timer, making sure that they're working at least 15, so there's no 0-hour contracts or anything like that. You've got to make sure that these things are happening, because if you're giving someone lovely jazzy stuff over here, but making them work 70 hours a week, the basics are so important. We spend a lot of time maybe focusing on those jazz-hazzy bits, and I think just getting those basics right so people feel respected and looked after.
I think you need a myriad of support because there's so many things that can go wrong in a person's life. There's a practical side of life where, you know, you might be in debt or you've got housing issues, but there's also the mental well-being side of it, and often they work hand in hand. So even if you can't provide that service yourself, because obviously you didn't sign up to be a counsellor or a debt advisor when you opened a pub, you need to be able to signpost or at least seem supportive and maybe just know the top line stuff that you can signpost people to, like a debt agency, or really us, because we probably deal with everything that goes wrong in people's lives at the LTC. But just be aware that if you give people support, you're probably more likely to keep them for longer and they will see you as a really good boss.